Hello, hello. Trying to get this other system going. Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yep, there we go. For those who are joining live, I want to say, come on in, come on in. Let me see if I can get this. I can't get this camera a little bit right. For those who are joining, if you don't know me, my name is Deborah Taylor. I'm the author of The Scriber Watchman and the co-founder of the Writers Inkhorn International. I wanted to get on right quick because I've been experiencing the big WB, which is writer's block. Imagine that. Someone who writes all the time experiencing writer's block. So I wanted to come on right quick and just talk to you a little bit about writer's block and what some things that maybe you can do to try to help overcome writer's block as a whole. So, as you know, when you experience writer's block, your creativity starts slowing down. You become less productive. Maybe you can't come up with new ideas. One thing's for sure is I have lots of ideas. I just don't always feel like doing them. I just came off of like 4 major projects back to back to back, right in the middle of trying to do my own ebook. I get all these requests to do editing, and I do that on the side. But it was just unusual that everything was happening. So what it did was it drained me. It drained me from doing what I needed to do. You're dealing with customers. You're dealing with different personalities. You're dealing with people who maybe misunderstand what you're supposed to be doing. You know, as an editor or someone who proofreads, you do not do the writing for that person. That person must do the writing. I can help them organize it. I can help them streamline it. I can help them straighten out their citations. But as far as doing writing, nope. So you have to know what lane you're in when you're doing writing and you're serving as a writer. Whether you proofread, whether you copyright, whether you edit, if you decide to just want to format, if you want to be a ghostwriter, you have to determine your lane and stay in it. So, writer's block. Writer's block is what I experienced. After a while, I just didn't want to do anything. And this morning, God began to speak to me. He began to help me understand that writing is not a race. It's not a race. It's a process. It's a process like anything in our lives. If you're running and you're an athlete and you're running a marathon, you have to understand you don't go real fast, because if you go too fast, you're going to experience burnout. So you don't want to go real fast when you're writing. You don't want to go real fast when you're trying to start a business. You want to understand that it is a process, and a process takes time. A process is going to do the big P that I don't like too much. Patience. Patience. You know, I have a friend, she's a sweetheart. She brought me all these angels while she was traveling as a truck driver. And this one angel kept falling off. And I told her, I said, I bet you there's patience. Because sometimes when we're going through processes, we want it instantaneously, because our society has taught us that instant is gratification when it really isn't. Slow and steady is how you win. Slow and steady is how you build wealth. Slow and steady is how you build a business. Slow and steady is how you write a book. And when you write your book, it opens up other opportunities for you, because your book becomes your business. So I experienced this writer's block, is what I'm trying to say. And I realized that some processes take more time than others. Some processes you can do right away. Say, for example, I've been getting up every day trying to walk my dog because he needs to lose a little bit. It's great. I can get up and we can walk, and it's quick. That's a quick process. But to get that weight off of him, it's going to take a little bit more. It's going to take reducing his intake. It's going to take walking him more after he eats, before he eats, whenever I can think about, to get the weight off of him. Because when they switched his diet to canned food because of the bladder stones that he had, he loved the food. but the food is not necessarily good for him. So you have to realize you can get up and exercise, but consistency is what's going to pay off. Doing it slowly, finding something that's enjoyable. These processes that we do, we have to begin to integrate it into our lives, even as writers. That's why the writing schedule is important. But as I mentioned, I had like 4 back-to-back writing projects, and I still have some that's due even right now. But I realized I need to get back into it. So how am I doing it? I have to realize I have to change my mindset. I had to do something totally different. I started crocheting. I said, let me crochet because it relaxes me. And then when I felt a little bit better, then I started kind of picking up journaling. And then I started reading materials that told me, hey, it's not about how fast, it's about being consistent, small, consistent steps, like forming a new habit. You have to do small, consistent steps. When you're doing a business, you have to do small, consistent steps. Businesses take at least 5 years and maybe even longer, considering the big C-19 has arrived. But it may take longer, but you have to realize small, consistent steps is what gets the process done. I took you on a journey. I showed you that in 7 days, you can literally write an ebook. You can literally write an ebook. But remember, to make it solid, to make it worth reading, you don't want to mess up your reputation by throwing in something because you're trying to make a quick buck. Don't look at it as a financial gain. Look at it as a teaching opportunity. Look at it as a process for you to help share your gift to the world. Look at it as a way to encourage someone. I don't know, maybe you're doing a devotion. Whatever you decide to do with your particular book, your particular electronic, whether it's print or electronic, make sure that you're doing it to help someone else. Because in the end, that's where the blessings come. Not about the money, but the blessing, the lives that you can touch, the lives that you can reach. So that's some of the things that I would recommend is that you just kind of pull back and realize writing is a process. It's a process. It's not going to happen. Sometimes it's okay to sit back and not do anything. I did nothing for like 3 days. I did nothing. I got my edits. I said, I'm doing nothing. I'm not going to even consider working on this book. I had to stop because I had, like yesterday, suddenly I got this order in. Hey there, Miss Lisa. I got this writing request in, and this person's like, rush. I need it today. Well, you delivered it to me at 11:45 Central Standard Time, and now you want to rush me. So that was so exhausting. It was so exhausting. And I said, you know what? Let's just, here's your stuff. Goodbye. Hasta la vista. And then I know now, don't do that particular writing assignment. If someone wants to rush, they need to pay for me to rush. But I'm not going to do that again. You got to pay the price. So writing is a process, just like anything, like exercise, starting a business, writing a book, losing weight, whatever it is. It's a process. Making a garden, building a building, whatever it is, finding a new job. It's a process. When you get writer's block, like I did, and I didn't want to do anything, I'm like, I'm through. I can't work on anything else, especially my own. I find myself sitting at the computer and I'm surfing and I'm looking here and I'm looking there, and I'm like, you know what? It's just time to take a break. It's okay to take a break. It's okay. It really is okay. But you still want to get back into the routine of doing things. So you want to do some non-writing activities. Some people gouge on TV. I'm not a big TV buff like that. Some people gouge on movies, Netflix. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to either be feeding myself with a book or doing something creative like crocheting where I can still earn some income on that particular project. You want to maybe change your scenery. It's talking about rain today, but right now it's really beautiful outside. Really beautiful. So I may just go and take my little pen, my notebook here, and my little pen, and I may go sit outside and write down some thoughts. Or if you don't want to write, use your phone. Use your phone to record what you have to say, and sit out there and get me some iced tea and just enjoy the scenery. You want to change up things. Just because we are required to do different things in this season doesn't mean that you have to put yourself on lockdown. Find things you can do that's going to make life enjoyable. I love color pens. I have color pens, color highlighters. I try to make things as creative as possible. It's already boring, sometimes, and lonely. So remember, just to reset, for those who are joining or those who watch live, my name is Deborah Taylor. I'm the author, the scribe, watchman, and the co-founder of the Writers Inkhorn International. I'm going to try to get back on a little bit. Sometimes it's challenging because my name Deborah means the bee. And so I can find things to do. I find projects to do. But I'm trying to be more organized and more focused. I may not do the everyday thing, but I'm going to try to at least scope at least maybe once a week, maybe twice if I'm if I find the time. But I think it's important that we connect as writers and connect as people so that you get to know who I am, what I'm doing, what I'm working on, so that maybe I can inspire you to keep it going. I just got through with a couple projects, editing projects. I had to do something for my where I was a reviewer for a conference. I don't know if they're going to have the conference live since it's in October, or if they're going to shift it to virtual. But I'm reviewing that person's paper, so I had to make comments. I still have to do my own virtual paper for a conference that I would have attended in Italy this year. So since it's going all virtual, so I need to take time to do that. So I realized that at the end of the day, it's still about relationships. It's still about you, Lisa. It's still about you who are watching. It's still about Donna. I think she comes in from time to time. It's still about you. It's still about relationships. And so I think it's important that we continue that. Remember, writing to overcome is not a race. It's a process. Slow, steady paces. When you feel like you don't want to write, change your scenery. It's okay. But don't stop. We fall down, but we get up. We fall down, but we get up. Yes. Hey, Donna, welcome. So really, it's about you. It's about you. And I'm so excited that we're able to connect virtually. And so I'm going to give you guys a big hug. And I will talk to you guys sometime next week, and I'll give you an update on my book process, because I had to put it down with these other people along the way. But we're going to get it done, right? Slow and steady. It's a process. It's not a race. Talk to you soon. Bye.